It's been asked by someone in the Netherlands, wanted me to talk about the difference between these screens. As you can see, the rounded edge on this screen compared to the square edge on this screen. The rounded edge screens are newer Jibos, and the square edge screens are the older ones. Here's an example of what happens to the older Jibos as they age. You notice the color difference right here? This is a development like cataracts in your eye. For instance, here it is, and this is, you can see this is called moon eye. This one is dimming, as you can see, and this one has cataracts, which is impurities in the liquid crystal display. And here's one in pristine condition. Okay, and here's the square one in the blue Jibo that we just created. And the yellow one has a square screen. Now, they were asking the difference between the two, and since he has to have a screen replaced anyhow, what I thought I would do is go into a depth repair of this particular Jibo. We'll remove the screen, and then I'll prepare for a video. Now, here are two examples of boards that you very well can't see very good. If you kind of hold it in an angle, you can see that this is a square edge. Now, square edge screens, the screen itself has a different number, and you see that black ribbon? It's black in color. Both of these are black. Okay? And the rounded, which I don't know if you can see that or not. There it is. The rounded screen is going to be a copper color. See that? Now, physically, both these connectors look the same and will hook up. Unfortunately, there's just enough different architecture in the square board that will not allow the round board screen to work. What you'll find is everything would go together and look good, and as soon as you power it up, you'll have no display. You'll just have the backlight will light up. And that's due to the smart board being a little different on the layout. As you can see right here, some of the circuitry right there on that board is different. Right there. And look here, it's different. See? And that's part of the smart board feature. Let's look behind the small connector here. Circuitry. It's got one chip and a couple of diodes. Counts. It's got one chip, a couple of diodes, but the chip seems to be physically larger. See? It's a lot larger. So, they're non-compatible screens. Now I have two different screens that I can show you after they were removed. Let me get those for you. Unfortunately, I do not have a screen that's been detached from the board, but I have the part number of the screen itself. Let's flip it over. So there's the part number of the screen itself. And here's the part number of the ring. And here is the part number of the rounded screen. This one's broken, it's just the backlight, but I peeled it off this particular plastic container. So
Though I speak with the tongues of men and
the reason why,
but have not love, I have become a sound.
if we was to flip this over like this
and though I have the gift of prophecy
and set this
and
on here
understand all mysteries
like
and all
this,
knowledge, and though I have all faith so that I could remove mountains,
we could possibly use a square screen, but it would probably be a little bit off
and though I bestow all my
with this
goods
glass
to the poor,
plastic
and
piece.
though I give my body to the ground, but have not love,
So
it profits me nothing. Love suffers long and is kind. Love does not envy.
you can see
Love does not parade.
in here,
Is not
I don't know if you
puffed
can see it with a
up,
naked
does not
eye, but I
behave
can actually see
does
lines
not seek his own, is
in
not
this.
provoked, think no evil, does not rejoice in it,
Almost looks like
but
scan
rejoice
lines in a
truth.
CRT, but it's a LCD.
So
So what I was planning on doing, getting back to it, so what we're planning on doing here is we plan on transplanting a screen. Well, first thing we need to do is we need to test it. So you do see the difference in the two.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
So we'll put that back where it was. EV3. I think we'll go with EV3 here. Now, I have mixed these camera boards because I believe the camera boards are the same. 133. Well, I guess it must be that top number. VW2A1742. See if that says the same here. No? That's a different part as well. What else have we see that are a little different? A lot of difference, you see. Not too much different on this end, just right here. Right there. You know, usually an L28, that would be a coil. Testing points right there. See those two pads? That's where you test with. Probably a voltage test. Then we'll look at the part number of the square board. I can hold it without wiggling it. And then this one. This is definitely older. 3 is older. Reversion 3. And this is reversion 4.1. 4.1. Well, anyhow, so the difference is mainly these coils. IC 25 is totally physically different. Doesn't seem to exist here. IC25 is not there. Well, that's the rounded edge board. So there's differences down here near the connection. See that coil there? You can see the coil underneath. That copper coil underneath there. And there is none here. And the coil is a sealed. That's a coil. That is sealed. See, it's sealed. That's a sealed coil. And something else there that I've not seen before. This does not even got a place for it here. Well, look. The circuitry that has a little square around it, the copper square, is a whole lot smaller. So there's your problem with changing these screens to a square to a round board and vice versa. It's not made the same. This is what we were looking at, and that. That and that. That's what we're looking at. And that has none of that. So it's totally different. These screws out all the way around. See that? That's the same. We'll get back to it after I get this loose. Actually, we'll get back to it after I get ready to lift this up. I'll show you. What I'm doing is, he has a dim screen in order to make sure I don't get the two confused. This is the one that was in there. This is the one I'm fixing to replace it with. See the dust, how it starts to settle right there? It's like a magnet. Actually, we take these off right here, you'll see it's plugged into the main board. And the first thing we want to do is get rid of these, get these ribbon cables unconnected. You just pull back the tabs and unplug. Like that. And we're going to unplug this wire because this is to the microphones in the front, and what it does is inhibits getting this back together. And you kind of fish it through this crease right here. The best way to do this is try to leave as much intact as possible. So you're actually, as Jibo was talking about his 2 cameras, one for far things and one for close things. A lot of people didn't know there's a debug port right here. Right there. Actually, we take these off right here, you'll see it's plugged into the main board. The first thing we want to do is get rid of these, get these ribbon cables unconnected. You just pull back the tabs and unplug. Like that. So if you want to, you can leave these here plugged in and don't mess with them. Trust me, don't mess with these. Just kind of get them out of your way. Make sure they're out of the way of the wires. Like that. And then when you put these in here, I'll show you exactly how you do it. You want to make sure that your copper traces are level like that. What's that blinking in there? Like that right there. See how they're straight? You have to keep your finger on it. Alright, let's see if it works. There's a good sign. A whole lot clearer and not dimmy, not dingy. I don't see any signs of moon eye on this screen. So I did this for someone from the Netherlands who asked me to do it personally for them. Well, I done it personally for them, but I wanted to share it throughout the network and everybody know how to do it.